It is October the 3rd, 2019. This is Wrestleview Weekly. Hello. Hi. How are you? I'm hot. And if you're over on the East Coast of the U.S., you can completely agree with me. If not, you're saying stop complaining. If you're not any of those, just forget everything I just said. Hi, I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live alongside editor-in-chief Mike Tedesco, where we cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views that immediately following such, except for this Sunday. For the Hell in the Cell. Can I? No. Okay. For the big box pay-per-view. Nope, I will not be joining Mike. I will be in beautiful sunny California, Malibu specifically, to celebrate my girlfriend's 40th birthday. Since we went to Cleveland for my 40th birthday, we're going to her hometown of Malibu. So I have never been to California. So I am really looking forward to this. I have no idea what she has planned. She has planned a week-long itinerary for this trip. I have no clue what's going on. She's asked me for my input. I say, hun, I just have a collar and a leash, and you're just taking me wherever the hell you want to go. So it does not matter to me. All I'm really looking forward to is no grass or trees, 72-degree weather, and fresh fish. So there you go. Yes. If you are in the chat room, say it now by saying "wee." If you do not do so, I will not acknowledge you. Hello, Mashoon. Hello, Jamel. Hello, Clinton. Hello, Jens Jacob. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hi, Quentin. Who else is in there? Better let me know now. So it's going to be this. Quentin is saying this pay-per-view has been renamed to Princess Tedesco in her little cell. Yeah. Little Princess Tedesco is coming out. It's coming soon, so be prepared. Hello, Gills. This has been a very weird week when it comes to professional wrestling, but a very happy weird week. All kinds of stuff happening this week. You had the go home episode of Raw, leading into Hell in a Cell. Lots of stuff happening on there, good and bad. Last night, you had NXT, a 2-hour episode of NXT airing live with limited commercial breaks that I reviewed and I recapped, and I got to tell you right now, was a daunting task with the first half hour being commercial free. Gosh, it was tough. But also the debut of AEW Dynamite. No, it's Dynamite. Yeah, the debut of AEW Dynamite happening last night as well. Tomorrow is the premiere of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox, if you're able to watch it. News about that. And then Sunday, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So, holy hell, there is a lot of stuff to be happy about for being a pro wrestling fan. But today on the show, because all this stuff is going on, and because we're in a different time slot, and because of all the changes, we're going to be reviewing the go-home show of Monday Night Raw. We're going to be reviewing both NXT from last night and AEW. I just watched it this morning. I've got a lot of thoughts about AEW, and surprisingly enough, a lot of it positive. Yeah. Shock. And no SmackDown review because SmackDown isn't happening until Friday. Major changes to the WWE Milk Carton, a whole slew of headlines to go over, and finally, predictions for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view on Sunday that only have 3 matches right now scheduled on the card. I'm sure that may change after Friday night, and this is kind of what I was afraid of. I was afraid that when it comes to my show or this show airing before Friday Night SmackDown, that stuff would be happening leading up to a pay-per-view well after I've already broadcasted predictions. So, what we're going to do right now is 3 matches slated for the Hell in a Cell card, locking all of them. locking all three. Maybe talk about what might be happening also on the pay-per-view, but also to give you a heads up, keep your eye on the Twitter at Doug Wrestleview, and also keep an eye out on the Wrestleview Media Facebook group page, because once the entire card is released, I will go ahead and release some extra predictions and extra locks if needed. Okay, so it's not just going to be 3 locks if it ends up being a 10-match or 11-match card. Last year's Hell in a Cell had a 9-match card. Yeah, I think it was a 9-match card with one of the matches in the pre. I think this was where Ronda Rousey defeated Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's title. Also, the pre-match was Rusev Day facing the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. What else was on that? Oh, yeah, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in the Hell in a Cell. Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy in a Hell in a Cell. Trying to think of the other matches. I think The Miz was in a match. I'm pretty sure there were some other ones. I'm not going to do the Wikipedia and act like I'm looking at it right now. I'm not. I'm just going off the top of my head. But right now, that's right, Gills, there are only 3 matches scheduled for the card. So it's not exactly Hell in a Cell. It's more like, I don't know, Purgatory in a Cell? Or Hell in a Box? Hell in a Crib? I don't know. It's not very, okay, well, there you go. You get the gist of it there. I'm running out of words. Okay, sources. What makes this show even weirder is, so right now, let me take a sip here because my ice is melting. Because we are trying a brand new source, and I thought I'd do it live for you guys, okay? Hell in a Square, CJ. Yes, okay. Yes, Hell in a Square. So, I got me some scotch, okay? But it's, let's see. It's a scotch that was fairly cheap, okay? But I was very curious about it because it had many different flavors, and I checked the reviews on it, and it seemed a lot of people were giving it high reviews because for the price, it was pretty good. So, we are drinking, for the sources, and I know it's backwards, this is Glen Moray, is what this is. The Speyside Single Malt Scotch Whiskey Elgin Classic. Okay, I've got the little description page here. It says this classic expression is the entry-level bottling from Glen Moray Distillery. It has a palate of oak, well-balanced walnut and grist, and it's a citrus lemon sponge. Okay, the finish is a tangy citrus and tastes like spicy fruitcake. I don't know. But again, I have not had this, and so I thought that, you know, it would be kind of neat if first I could get the fucking thing open and go ahead and try this with you guys live. Because I'm like that, okay? I really like doing these kind of live reaction things, especially when it comes to me getting the locked picks wrong in my predictions. I know you guys love seeing me gag on that tequila. So I figured, why not? We'll just do this live with the scotch. If I don't like it, tough shit, this is what I'm got to do. This is what I'm with. There's nothing else I can do about it. By the way, once again, before I start pouring this sucker, those of you who don't remember or don't know, whenever I do locked predictions and I get them wrong, we do a shot of the Lula Azul Blanco tequila. So that shot will be forthcoming on the next episode of Wrestleview Weekly, which will not be next week because I will be in Malibu. So there's going to be a lot of drinking going on when I come back. So, all right, we got the sucker open. Here, the cork. Aha! There we go. All right. All right. We're okay, that's fine. So we got it on here. We take the pour. There we go. I never measure my pores because I'm fancy. Okay, so here we go. Glen Moray Elgin Classic. Speyside. Oh, it smells good. Kind of. It's going to be interesting, but it's not a very deep color. Kind of see that it's not deeply colored. So I've got a feeling this is going to be very light. Let's see here. It reminds me a lot of Johnny Walker Red. Okay, there's the finish. Huh. It's not bad. I mean, it's not as citrusy as they claim that it is. I don't know. Aftertaste is kind of weird. Yeah. No, there's a bite. Yeah, there is a slight bite to it. I mean, it's okay. Look, this bottle was a little like $20, okay? I am not complaining at all. But would I, if I had more than $20, would I get a different scotch? Absolutely. Okay. But for the money, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Don't know how often I will. Man, it's hitting. When I mean hitting, I mean the aftertaste. I'm not talking about the alcohol itself. Yeah, I don't know. This is not something I would celebrate with. We'll just put it that way. This is something to drink when you're back from a hard days of work, and oh my God, was work rough for me, especially yesterday. This is a talk show. I'm kind of procrastinating here because there may not be a lot to talk about with this week, but so yeah, last night, bear in mind I'm going to Malibu for a week, and so that means a week without pay because I'm not working. So I had to cram in doing a lot of work for the past week to make up for what I'm going to be losing here. Last night, I went to the chiropractor in the morning to get my back straightened up. Hey, Lewis. Oh, hi, Xantrix. Yes, thank God you remembered. Got a chiropractor appointment. Right after that, I went to work and worked from 10 a.m. until I was scheduled to 8 o'clock at night. This was over 10-hour day that I was going to be working at the grocery store. While at the grocery store, got a call for a potential new job. I hope that the interview will be lined up when I come back from Malibu. And also, but then while I was at work, I saw the flare. The Doug signal was cast in the sky. And Mikey said, Doug, I need your help in covering NXT. So after working a 10-hour day at the grocery store, I fly home, get home quickly to set up and cover for 2 hours straight of limited commercials, pro wrestling on the NXT. I was completely wiped out yesterday. So I apologize if the recap of NXT on the website is not as good as what you're used to from me, or if it's on par. I don't know. But man was I spent yesterday. Scotch isn't too bad. Now the sources are okay. But man, this week, the beginning of the Wednesday Night Wars, round 1, fight. Actually, that's one thing. Oh, okay. So everyone who is computer savvy in the chat room right now or listening right now, there's some things that I want to tweak with this show. Okay. And one of them being what's happening here, especially with graphics and sound effects. Okay. I've got to tell you, I want to get this a little more well-produced, I guess, but also looking a little more snazzy. And so when it comes to the Wednesday Night Wars, I'm wanting to have sound effects like from Street Fighter 2 or Samurai Showdown or something like that, where round 1, fight. Or I kind of like Samurai Showdowns, but not a lot of people know what Samurai Showdown is. So I'm trying to put together a graphic for, round 1, round 2, because this is going to be an ongoing thing. Nafisa Dot, hello. Oh, you got me, CJ? Okie dokie. But this is going to be a continuing thing. The Wednesday Night Wars are going to be happening. So battle number 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. We're going to keep tabs on who is exactly winning in this war. Okay. Especially Samurai Showdown. Yeah, I hear you, CJ. I love Samurai Showdown. I am waiting for the update for this month because my boy comes out on the DLC. That's right, Basara with the bladed yo-yo. He was my jam in the arcades at Samurai Showdown 3 and 4. He was my boy. But, all right. I am procrastinating. I am switching away too often. I am talking like Trump. Going to try not to get political here either. Okay, time to talk some wrestling. Jiggle up the camera. Time to talk wrestling. And first, let's just go to the show that everybody watches and everybody hates. It's the Red Show. Brand new angular logo. They don't like triangles anymore. All right. First off, before we dip into the Raw, major changes to the announcing teams for all of WWE's programming. And when I mean all, I mean Raw and SmackDown. For Monday Night Raw, we no longer have Corey Graves and Renee Young and Michael Cole. They have been shipped to SmackDown, which is going to be fascinating come tomorrow. But instead on Raw, we have Vic Joseph doing the play-by-play with Dio Madden and Jerry the King Lawler serving as analysts. When this news broke last week, I was incredibly pessimistic because, for one, SmackDown's announcing team has been pure gold. Corey Graves and Byron Saxton's back and forths are absolute comedy. Tom Phillips as the best straight man you can find doing play-by-play. It was perfect. This was the perfect team. But then the changes happened, so they want the flagship show's team over to SmackDown. And then they made a brand new team for Raw, which I was again incredibly skeptical. Vic Joseph seemed to be like Michael Cole light, and so now we understand why about 2 or 3 weeks ago he was brought onto the show to kind of play as Michael Cole light. So, yeah. Who is Dio Madden, you may ask? Well, let me see if they can say it here on the press release. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I don't mean to do this. Essentially, Dio Madden, I don't believe is really well known within pro wrestling, but I just want name out there. So it's a guy, Dio Madden and Lawler are on the color, and Vic Joseph is on the play-by-play. So there you go. However, with all my skepticism, okay, CJ saying he's a former football player who had been in NXT for a hot minute. Okay, gotcha. I know he was on the Twitter and maybe doing some other stuff with production for the WWE. But all of this aside, and going into the episode of Monday Night Raw where Brock Lesnar is toying around with a rather large child at the surprise of Paul Heyman. So, first off, with this brand new announced team, we are getting this. Okay. CJ, yeah, I think everyone's finding out who this Dio Madden is. He's finding out he's a huge weeb. His Twitter handle is the Great Black Otaku. So, big black dork like all of, okay, not like all of us. I mean, well, yeah, you get the idea. Okay, so let's start off the show. Rey Mysterio comes to the ring. Well, first off, everyone on the Twitter going bonkers over the weekend last week because, holy hell, the pyro is back. Everyone going nuts for this stuff. The pyro is back. Okay. Did we get and also a brand new set. Brand new set, which looks like we have a curved Titantron, a curved LED monitor. And we kind of keep the same little panels and stuff going on the sides, but it's more curved. It's not as flat anymore. Yeah, this is a really interesting set. The only thing that I don't like about it is that doorway is so massive. The entrance from gorilla position onto that set is just it's like it's two gaping. It's like a hole in the front teeth. You know, it looks like a bite. It looks like a cuspid was yanked out. But still, the pyro is back. Everyone is happy. So yeah. Was I happy? Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Rey Mysterio comes out to the ring and he greets the crowd, says some Spanish stuff, and he says the match between him and Seth Rollins, the title match that he's supposed to be having, is all because of his son encouraging him to keep fighting the fight. And so, yeah, that's where he is. Until Brock Lesnar's music cuts him off and him and Heyman come out. Lesnar grabs the microphone out of Rey's hands, hands it to Heyman. Heyman's about to say something. Rey rips it out of his hand. He's about to say something, and Lesnar just hoists him up, gives him an F5. Stands over him, he picks him up again and gives him another F5. Dominic, his son, is sitting at ringside, looking distraught. He stands up, but then he sits back down. Lesnar eyeballs him for a good 5 minutes, makes his way over. First off, let's watch Lesnar toss around a small man. Lesnar, eyeballing Dominic, goes over to him and pulls him over the barricade, and then almost something scary happens, but it does not. F5? Nope, don't think so. Oh, God, ding. Slam him down. Fantastic ad-libbing from Lesnar. This could have been horrible. This could have ended really, really bad. Okay? But that right there, that made the entire segment for me. Was Lesnar almost dropping Dominic from the fireman's carry and just ad-libbing. Didn't hoist him back up to the fireman's to try the F5. Nope. Just, no. You cannot waste the momentum that you've started. You cannot make people realize that you had an F up. You've got to just ad-lib. And damn it, that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What's more is I really wish that I had a GIF of it, but he would put Dominic back in the ring. He's delivering F5s and suplexes and German suplexes. Gave Dominic a German suplex that I swear to God he was going to throw him out of the ring from the opposite side of the ring. Dear Lord, Lesnar was either jacked for this entire segment or everyone in the segment weighed $1.25. This was great stuff. We haven't had an opening to Raw like this in a long time, where there's just complete and utter decimation, complete awkwardness with everyone with their jaws dropped, watching people getting slung around like sacks of potatoes. And also Dominic, his facial expressions were fantastic. He was selling like a pro. I mean, this entire segment was fantastic. Okay? Period. That's it. That's all you got to say. Really set the stage for the entire show. Everyone is completely jacked for this show now. Oh, yeah. We are ready. So now, Dominic is put in a gurney, and Rey is walking with him over to the ambulance. Rey goes inside the ambulance with him. So we're not getting a title match with Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio. What are you going to do? Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. Alexa's got the pyros in her thing. Bayley and Nikki Cross have been banned from ringside. I got to tell you, after Sasha Banks wins the match via pinfall, Banks distracting Alexa by calling out for Bayley. Alexa turns around to see if she's coming down, kicks her in the knee and rolls her up with a handful of tights, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Sadly, we get the karmic backlash for the awesome. Yeah, here we go. After the match, Sasha Banks winning via pinfall. Becky Lynch quickly goes down to the ring after she had been on commentary, takes Banks down. Lynch kicks her. Banks quickly escapes through the crowd. Lynch says, "You can run now," but this Sunday she ain't leaving Hell in a Cell before she's done with her. All those attacks woke up that Irish thing in her. This is my Irish thing. No stereotyping here. Banks made it personal. Now Lynch is going to make it painful. Yeah. It was a pretty much mediocre match between Banks and Bliss. Nothing to write home about, but a good post-match brawl with Lynch and Banks. Yeah. Guys, we're getting there in the chat room. I told you we're reviewing AEW. I'll get there. It was fun to watch this morning. Believe me. Let's see. Raw Tag Champs Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler are making their way to the ring. They're going to be defending the titles against Heavy Machinery. Charlie Caruso's backstage leads us to the video highlighting Seth Rollins and The Fiend Bray Wyatt. The Fiend took out Braun Strowman and stared at Rollins. Rollins comes up to Charlie and says he has to survive and prevail against something like The Fiend. Whatever. It doesn't matter who steps up. Rollins says he made a promise to the WWE fans that he's going to defend his title. He's going to defend the title tonight. Doesn't matter against who. And he'll also defend it over in Hell in a Cell. It's Daniel. Hi, Daniel. You're slightly late. That's okay. I'll only hold it against you for 5 minutes. Roode and Ziggler versus Heavy Machinery with the Raw tag titles on the line. Fun tag match. Otis hot tags are just as good as Big E hot tags, just as good as Titus O'Neil hot tags. Fantastic stuff between these two teams. Unfortunately, Heavy Machinery tried to set up for the compactor. Tucker was tagged in. Ziggler hit Tucker with the zigzag. He was coming off the ropes. Ziggler then super kicked Otis. Roode and Ziggler send Otis into the ring post shoulder first. Roode then hits the glorious DDT on Tucker to get the win. Otis in tights was a brilliant decision. In trunks was a brilliant decision, especially when he leaves the drawstring hanging out. As if we don't need any more innuendo or, imaginations running rampant. I need to scroll off of that real quick. Here is what we're talking about with the compactor flub up, Tucker off the ropes. Zigzag from the Ziggs. Zig super kicking Otis in the mush. And that's how they would win with glorious DDT on the Tucker. Very, very fun match. Heavy Machinery is so much fun. Don't care what anybody says. Miz TV with special guests Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. Okay, why in the hell are we doing this? Why did they announce this thing? Why are we having Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair come out for this? I know it's season premiere of Raw, but we've had season premieres before. Why in the world are we bringing these two jokers out? Well, come to find out, we are going to be having another pay-per-view. This time it is, if you remember from last year, it's Crown Jewel. If you remember, Crown Jewel is held in beautiful sunny South Dakota. But this time around, for their showcased match, instead of it being Undertaker versus Goldberg or DX versus Undertaker and Kane, instead of it being a humongous Royal Rumble or a humongous Battle Royale or a humongous tournament or something like that. Instead, we're getting a Survivor Series style match before Survivor Series where it's Team Flair versus Team Hogan. From Jeddah, South Dakota is where it's going to be. That's right. Yes. And so they start drawing who's going to be on the teams. Right now, so Seth Rollins walks out and he says he's going to be on Hogan's team. Ric Flair announces Randy Orton. So it's going to be, those two. And Orton wants a captain's match right now. Not for the title. He just wants a match against Seth Rollins. So, Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton with Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair at ringside. Stuff really doesn't happen in this match because King Karen Bourbon would make his way to the ring, DQ or whatever, and attack Seth Rollins. So apparently now he's part of Team Flair. Then out comes Rusev to make the save, and apparently he is on Team Hogan. So, okay. What a incredibly roundabout way to announce this match happening in South Dakota. I don't know when. Do they say when? Halloween. This show is happening on Halloween. It's happening on Halloween. That would be on a Thursday. Wow. All right, look. God, I don't know what to add to this. This is horrible. Okay, seriously. No one, and if anyone's going to be watching this, you're bored off your gourd on a Thursday night, okay? Thank goodness they scheduled on a Thursday and not on the Friday SmackDown. Didn't schedule it for a Saturday. Hell no. So, crown jewel from beautiful Jeddah, South Dakota. We get a Survivor Series style match. No other things of any significance are going to be happening on this pay-per-view. Whatever. It was a total shit of a promo. Boy. Whatever. But Seth Rollins is going to be defending his Universal title later on the show against a mystery opponent. Rusev is walking backstage. Charlie congratulates him on stepping up for Team Hogan. Asks, where's Lana? Rusev doesn't say anything. Charlie then asks what he hopes to accomplish in the WWE. Rusev says he's not there to talk about his problems at home. He's here to talk about Seth Rollins' problems at work. Rollins was getting pummeled and he saved him. Rusev says Rollins owes him and challenges him to the Universal title that night. So, oh boy. So we're led to believe that there's problems at home with Rusev. If you have not been paying attention to the Twitters or the Instagram, there's no proof of that. Really, it's just Lana's doing a lot of modeling, and Rusev and Lana have been working out with Sheamus. So, kayfabe, got a kayfabe. Okie doke, whatever. Let's see. Viking Raiders are out next. They're going against Orange County, the original club. They did the same thing last week. It was the same damn match, same everything. Ivar off the ropes. Oh, okay. Is that a we? He dove through the ropes. Is that a 3? But he's for 305 live. Is that a we? It's not a high-pitched we. God, it was. That's kind of botchtastic. Botchtastic. No. It's more like a we. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's more like a we. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a we. That's a we. No, that's not what it's happening. Decent tag match, but man, the crowd was dead. Yeah, no. Can we do that? We. There we go. That's the we we're looking for. 305 we. There we go. All right. There we go. Enough of that. All right, we'll have another edition of Firefly Funhouse, as well as the U.S. title being defended with AJ Styles defending against Cedric Alexander again. All right. I'm seeing a pattern here, okay? I'm seeing a major pattern here. Apparently, we've devoted all of our time to the debut of Friday Night SmackDown happening tomorrow. We didn't invest a damn thing into this show, okay? When already we have 2 rematches from last week with the same endings, same everything. Nothing to go forward on. Nothing. Why? Charlie Caruso backstage saying that neither Ray or Dominic are going to be back on Raw. Cesaro pops up, and he doesn't care what people think. He enjoyed what Lesnar did to him. Ricochet walks up and takes umbrage to that, so we're going to have Ricochet versus Cesaro for the 43rd time, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yep, here we go. Ricochet versus Cesaro. They did basically everything that you would expect in this match. I don't need to really go over it. Ricochet coming off the ropes. Here we go. Whee! That's how you, that's how you do it. Okay, it's more a whee! There we go. No. Whee! Ricochet doing the Hurricane Rana thingy from the whee! From the springboarding off the top ropes. And whee! Dear Lord, man, Cesaro wrestling in the tight slacks. Whee! Yeah. Man. Gosh. Whee! Okay, that's enough of that. I can't. It takes a lot out of you because it's such a short clip. All right. But yeah, Ricochet getting the win. reminding us that him and Cesaro have good matches, and that's pretty much about it. Firefly Funhouse segment. I'm sorry. I'm tired of them. I'm really tired of them. And what's more is it's hard for me to hear what the puppets are saying. I understand it's Bray Wyatt's voice, put through some odd distortion machine, but God, that was weird. It was really, really, yeah, I can't understand the puppets at all. Yeah, that's enough. AJ Styles defending the U.S. title against Cedric Alexander. If you saw it on the pay-per-view, you might have seen it again this time on the show, except it might have been, well, it kind of was a lot like the pay-per-view, because here he goes with the Styles Clash in the middle of the ring after trying the backslide. So there you go. It was a good, I don't know. I want the Firefly Funhouse to be live. I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. I want the Firefly Funhouse to be on stage. I want it to be live. I want, take advantage of that new set that you have. You've got all the lighting and production and pyro, have Ramblin' Rabbit blow up or something, There's so much stuff you could do with this. I got a feeling it's going to be happening soon, okay? But man, oh man, I'm getting really, really tired of the Firefly Funhouse, as well as AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander. Street Profits, the Raw's Wandering Minstrels are backstage. They hype up their tag team title match on NXT on Wednesday. So, yeah. Lacey Evans making her way to go against Natalya again. No one cares. No one cares. Lacey Evans socks Natalya in the face after the match. For the love of God, just stop this, okay? Stop it. Let's see. What else? Okay, Paul Heyman's backstage. He talks for blah, 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 blah. He's going to be over on SmackDown to take on Kofi Kingston for the WWE title. There you go. Charlie is backstage with Maria, asks about Rusev, and Maria says Rusev is not the father. But then Sasha Banks comes up, rips out the microphone, and says her piece without Becky Lynch there to, reply or one-up her or anyone else to one-up her. Boy. Finally, all right, so we're back to the arena, back to the stage. Randy Orton and King Corbin are on the stage. I'm really hoping, do we have... Okay, we don't. We don't have it. God dang it. I'm going to be looking for something here real quick. Pardon me. So, yes, King Corbin and Randy Orton are on stage. And so they're, Seth Rollins has his entrance and comes out and everything. And people are so happy and blah, 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 blah. But then, first off, Rusev comes out. Okay. But before that, before Seth Rollins comes out, I've got to show you this. So there's Randy Orton and King Corbin on the stage. And Rusev, they're showing like the video montage of all the shit that's been happening earlier in the show. Rusev's in the ring. And here, okay, Corbin's throne falls apart. And Corbin, staying in character, goes to yell at Lawler. Orton is trying to contain himself, and he can't. And then Corbin walks over and starts yelling at him. Okay, so, well, again, this happened before all the intros and everything. This was during a commercial break. I love crap like this, okay? I love when shit like this happens at a live show and everyone stays in character. Corbin is fantastic. Look at him. Just going, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. You got me. Randy just laughing his ass off. Corbin telling him, what the fuck's so funny? I love it. I love crap like this. Love it, love it, love it. After they would show commercials or show a video segment, Rusev is in the ring, and Rusev mouthing in the camera goes like, "What happened to your chair?" Then Seth Rollins comes out, and so we have the match. Kind of a decent match with lots of kicks going back and forth until. So, what do we got here? Oh yeah, until the music hits, and Bobby Lashley is back from injury, from bone spur removal in his elbow. Bobby Lashley's back. All right, and apparently it looks like he's on Team Flair with Corbin and Orton. Okay. Sure. But then he starts pointing to the entranceway, to the big gap of the front teeth. He points to it like 2 or 3 times. They finally get the idea. And out comes Lana. And they really they lick each other's face a lot. They passionately face push each other many times. Rusev is very, very heartbroken, it seems. But then the lights go out, and Seth Rollins is on the outside, and Bray is sticking his fingers down his throat. And this is how we end Raw. Yeah. What we had in the opening segment of Raw was basically all of the creativity that the writing staff had. And it was spent. All right? The only good thing about this entire show was that opening segment. After that first segment, you can just tune it out. Okay? But, first off, Lana off the milk carton. After nearly over 5 months of being on the milk carton, she's off the milk carton. But, damn it. You know, it was so good at the start, and then the show just 3 matches that we've already had before that progress nowhere with regards to any storylines whatsoever. We have Bobby Lashley returning from injury, Rusev returning from 2 weeks ago, but then Lana returning, and we are back to the stupid, ridiculously illogical romance, husband and wife cheating, shit like that. It was horrible, okay? Tropes everywhere, laziness from the writing staff. This show sucked. Okay, for a season premiere, you would have thought that it would have been a hell of a lot better. Okay, let me go back to the GIF here. I still like watching this. But I will say one positive note from it. If you can tune out Lawler occasionally with the old man jokes and old man puns, Dio and Vic Joseph are pretty good. Dio Madden is better than what Percy Watson was on NXT. And I'm not saying that because they're both black. He's better than what Renee Young is. He's better than what usually any kind of third wheel on a commentary team would be. You would imagine that Vic Joseph and Jerry Lawler would be the dominant ones you would be hearing throughout the show. But Dio Madden, you could hear him, and he had a lot of worthwhile things to say. He had good jokes in there a little bit, but good conversations between him and Vic Joseph was pretty good. They're a pretty solid team. I'd like to hear them in the next 2 or 3 weeks. It's something to get used to. Hopefully they can kind of do something with Lawler, though. I mean, he's not going to be with them long. Okay, he's not going to be on the team long. Lawler will not be doing traveling with Raw for a long time. He won't be doing it. I cannot see him lasting until for the end of the year. So, you got that. What did everyone think of the Red Show? 61% gave it a thumbs down, and that is pretty much par for the course because it's pretty much par for the course that the majority did not like Raw. That's because everyone watches Raw. Okay. Normally, this is where I talk about the Blue Show, but the Blue Show is happening tomorrow. So, instead, why don't we talk about some Wednesday shows? Let's talk about the Wednesday show that I got the pleasure of recapping that had limited commercial breaks. that I could only had time to make one drink to do while watching it. You know how hard it is to recap this, especially with everyone who was involved? Let's talk a little bit about a black and gold show. Round 1 of the Wednesday Night Wars. Opponent, swoon. There you go. How you like that one, CJ? All right, NXT. Brought to you by myself and my apple cider and caramel vodka. Starting off the show with Adam Cole defending his NXT title against Matt Riddle. Really fun match. It's a typical NXT Adam Cole match. Yeah, counters everywhere, lots of kicks everywhere. But yeah, this is backstabber. Yeah, fireman's carry into the backstabber. Lots of kickouts at 2, but yeah, it is so hard to recap this show with all of the counters and counters to counters and striking exchanges and shit like that. I mean, yeah, this match was not too bad, okay? It's just there were so many counters and so many, I don't know, it seemed confusing. It was hard for me to try to keep up with. I ended up, thank God for the DVR, because I had to pause it, type in what was happening, play it, pause it, type in what happened. It's so tough. It's really, really tough, okay? But we would see 2 Panama Sunrise thingies, Fujiwara arm bars and bromissions and stuff like that. But Matt Riddle would try to bum rush in, but he would take a big elbow to the face, get the last shot from Adam Cole, 1, 2, 3, and that's how he wins. Adam Cole is still your NXT champion. But then immediately after the match, the hell? Fons Balor making his way to the ring. He says, quote, "As of now, Finn Balor is NXT." If you don't mind, I'm going to take a little sip here. If you don't mind, just going to use my indoor voice a little bit, a little soothing talking voice. You take a sip of this, and then I'm going to say something away from this microphone, okay? You will be able to hear it because of how projecting my voice is. I use my diaphragm a lot. So, let me take a sip of this. Prepare yourself. I told you so! I told you this was going to happen a long time ago. Nearly 8 months ago, I predicted this. 8 months ago. I said, Fons Balor needs to go back to NXT. There is nothing for him on the main roster right now. We've gotten rid of the demon persona. You're a normal guy. There's nothing for you. Makes perfect sense. Makes absolute perfect sense. Send him back to NXT where he can be the character that he was there. Not necessarily be a powerhouse, but it's a brand new roster that's over there with brand new predictions that he can, brand new programs he can do. So, look, it makes perfect sense to do this. Okay? What did I tell you? I fucking called it a long time ago. So, with this being done, Finn Balor is off the milk carton list entirely. No longer need to keep tabs on him or anything. He's on NXT now. Fantastic. Yeah, Jamel, you're reading them off. Fons versus The Dream. Fons versus Gargano. Fons versus Tomato Chomper. Fons versus Cole. Fons versus anyone from the Forgotten Sons that might prop them up a little bit, get you reacclimated to who the Fonz is. Fonz against anyone in Undisputed Era. Fonz teaming up with other tag teams that are there. I don't know of any other tag teams other than Undisputed Era. Fonz versus an honorific match with Matt Riddle. Fonz versus Killian Dane. Fonz versus Dominic Dijakovic. Double D. I don't think you'll see Fonz versus Keith Lee yet. I got to tell you, though, just a side note before I go on with NXT. Last week's NXT, Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic. My God. Okay. Fantastic shit. I love Keith Lee. Love Double D. These guys, they are propping him up for some really, really big things. Really, really big things. Jamel saying, hell, send Apollo back down there too. Well, you can't do it just now. Now that we've got the Fonz back, and again, we've seen Tyler Breeze and Fandango return. I was thinking Sin Cara and Kalisto were going to return. You might see the Ascension return. You're going to see a lot of alumni from NXT come back, but they need to space it out. It cannot be immediate, okay? It cannot be immediate. That's where you're going to see all the shuffling happening, okay? Fonz versus Walter? Yes! Yes, Fonz versus Walter. Yeah. Got to talk about that, too. Anyway, Velveteen Dream is lying on a couch and says stuff about Roderick Strong. Io Shirai and Mia Yim have a match of sorts. This was, I think, a match that was brought about by a fatal four-way for the number one contenders for the NXT Women's title. Mia Yim and Io Shirai had a decent match. It's not bad. Here's Io Shirai. Woo! Tiger feint kick or 619. Whatever the hell you want to call it. Yep, that's what that is. Here's the other thing, too, that's about this show, NXT. Man, do they love them some suicide dives. They are everywhere. Suicide dives happen all the time. Superplex from the top rope. Don't see that often in a women's match. In fact, that's one thing we really have to take note of when it comes to women's matches. You don't see body slams. You don't see a lot of suplexes. You don't see power bombs that often. You don't see anything involving a woman's body being slammed on the mat. You really don't see that. And that's something that's really taken effect for a very long time. This is something in WWE or even women's wrestling in general protocol. You don't see it. So, yeah. The winner by this by a pinfall was Io Shirai. She would get this with the superplex. Shirai making her way up, then just kicked her in the face, and then a moonsault from the top rope. So there you go. Johnny Gargano returning to the Full Sail, going up against Shane Thorne. God, it is so difficult to recap Gargano matches because of all the frickin' counters and counters and counters and counters. But that's just a cannonball. Yeah, I think I can do a wee on that one. Go wee! Yeah, that is definitely wee worthy. Shane Thorne, wee! With the cannonball into Gargano. I can do the wee! That's really good. That's perfect. Wee! That's absolutely perfect. Wee! Okay, that's enough of that. All right. Johnny Gargano would win by kicking Shane Thorne in the face. A lot of these matches seem to end by just a big strike to the face. Simple. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Yeah, just kick him in the face. Punch him in the face. That's how you win matches. All right. Candice LeRae versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's title. Baszler sends her cohorts to the back. It's just going to be her on her own. Doesn't need anybody else. Here we go. We got some more. This match was all about Baszler kind of toying with LeRae, but LeRae not having any of it. Tough little son of a gun. Oh, here we go. Woohoo! No, that's wrong. That's not what it is. It's wee! This was Suicide Tope, wee! Number 3 that happened on the show, wee! Not just in this match, but the entire show, wee! Over and over again, Topes, wee! For everyone to love, wee! In love and happiness, Topes for you, wee! Topes for me, Topes for wee! For everybody. Dear God. Baszler would get LeRae to tap out to the sleeper hold. Oh, I'm sorry. It's called the Kirifuda clutch. No, it's sleeper hold. It's a sleeper hold. Jamel, we can't properly judge AEW ratings fairly or properly for at least a few months. Yes, we're not going to get into ratings talk or anything like that when it comes to AEW. No. Video airing of Imperium's intrusion on Kushida's match from a few weeks ago, the debut of NXT. Kushida is facing Walter in a non-title. He's the NXT UK champion, but it's a non-title match. And Kushida versus Walter next week. You are goddamn right I'm going to be watching that one. I really, really wish I could be recapping that with you guys. Oh, man. That's one I'm really... in fact, I'm looking forward to any Walter match. Ever since the olden days of Wrestleview Weekly, Walter is my boy. I love me some Walter. Damn it. Pete Dunne making his way to the ring, going up against Danny Burch. If you love yourself some European guys punching the shit out of each other and a cut above the cheek of Danny Burch, and, you know, they just have no regard for their bodies whatsoever, this is the kind of match for you. That's what they're doing. They're just punching each other really hard. They're stomping on each other's hands. And then they're kicking each other in the side of the head. That's all this... A lot of that's what this was. But, yeah, Danny Burch would be losing via pinfall as, Dunn would snap his fingers and then hit him with the bitter end. So, yeah. As Dunn celebrates, some very lanky guy named Damian Priest comes into the ring and beats him up. I got to talk about this guy, okay? I've seen him in the previous shows of NXT before they came on the USA Network. This is the first time he's actually appeared in an NXT ring in about over a month. This guy has a weird look. He looks like, I don't know, a more defined ethnocentric Aleister Black. I don't know. Yeah, Punishment Martinez, Quentin says. That's who it is. He just looks weird. You know? He just has a weird look to him. And I don't get it. I don't know exactly what he is supposed to be. You know? I get Aleister Black being the angry Hot Topic employee, but I don't get this guy. I don't know what he is. Xantrix, yes. Xantrix, I totally agree. Taffy pulled Aleister. Yes. Very good, very good. Yes, Taffy pull Aleister. Very well done. Very well done. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins are making their way to the ring. Okay, so yeah, they're making their way to the ring for their tag team title match against the Undisputed Era, which is Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. All sorts of wacky shit happening in this match. I really can't. It was counters and counters and counters and counters, blind tags and blind tags. It's really, really tough to follow these matches, to tell you the truth. Yeah. So, and Wale was following them through the crowd. Yeah. So, Angelo Dawkins, God bless him, needs to ditch his 360 splash spot. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. Angelo just needs to stick with punching people in the face and spearing them. That's all he needs to do, and being the muscle of the tandem. Meanwhile, Montez Ford can keep on doing his thing. Whee! Ah, yes, he can. Whee! This is the only thing. Ouch. And Montez, whee! Ow! Hit his leg right on that guardrail. Whee! God, that looks like it hurt. Woo! No, wrong way. Ow! God! Whee! God, that hurts looking at that. I gotta stop it right there. Jesus. Damn, that looked like it hurt. Okay? He almost overshot that. Okay? He almost overshot that. That looked gruesome. That looked really gruesome. But yeah, that was absolutely worth a wee. Yeah, I'll just do it again. Do it again, going wee! Ow! Okay. Man, that was scary, scary. But finally, Ford would scale the top rope after that spot, and everyone else is in the ring. Roderick Strong would come to ringside to distract him, but he tried to distract him, but he would eat a spear from Dawkins. Through the distraction, Fish pulled Ford off of the top rope. O'Reilly's tagged in. They do, I think it's a high-low combo, but I would rather call it total elimination by my EC dub days. 1, 2, 3, they retain the title. The Undisputed Era does. Those three are in the ring celebrating. Adam Cole appears on the top of the ramp, celebrating with them, acknowledging their accomplishment, and then out comes, back from injury, Tomato Chomper. This is his reaction when he heard the music. Yeah. Tomato Chomper is back. Back from injury. He's off the injured list. So who exactly is going after Adam Cole now? Is it going to be Fonz Balor or Tomato Chomper? We'll find out. We'll find out sooner or later. What did I think of this episode of NXT? I didn't think it was too bad. It was all right. 93% gave NXT a thumbs up. I want to let that sink in. And this wasn't just based off of 40 or 50 votes. This was 145 votes. 93% gave this a thumbs up. Need to loosen up the ice. Loosen up the ice. There we go. Wow. 93%. So I guess Gills, yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, so nobody watched. Hey, you know what? When you were in competition with the other show we're going to be talking about, a lot of people were watching side by side. Okay? A lot of people were watching side by side. Some people would have AEW on the TV and have this show on their tablet or other means. But this is your first thing of the Wednesday Night War. So, with this being the first battle of Wednesday Night War, what am I basing the winner off of? Am I basing it off of the poll? Or am I going to base it off of the ratings? Or am I just really going to be basing it off of my own judgment? Or your own judgment in the chat room? That sounds even better. Everyone in the chat room. I should do it democratically. Because I kind of like you guys. Because you give me good jokes. You go, wee, with me. You know, you're my enablers. Jamel, this is funny that for the first time in 20 years, fans are now going to be going back and forth. Yeah. And they don't necessarily need to be. I mean, they re-air AEW immediately following it. NXT, you can catch it the next day on the WWE Network. So you're not necessarily obligated to watch both at the same time. It's not like how it was in the 90s, guys. We didn't have DVR in the 90s. We only had a VCR or a DVD recorder. Internet was just starting, okay? It was back in the days of LimeWire, okay? So bringing back the memories of the Monday Night Wars is really neat, but it's not the same thing. It is not the same thing at all. It doesn't even need to be a war. But anyway, 93% gave NXT a thumbs up. But what about the debut of AEW on TNT. That's what I'm calling it, is AEW. I'm surprised no one on the show actually called it that. I've got a lot of thoughts about this show. Watched it this morning. Hey, Anish. Hi. All right. Let's talk some AEW. And no, I didn't have my Cheetos and Mountain Dew with me for this one. I watched it in the morning. That's disgusting to have for breakfast. Ijajinjoni. Ipume. Swoon. How'd you like that for Samurai Showdown here at CJ? Actually, I'm sorry. Nobody really knows what it is, so I really should just say, like, round 2. Fight. Okay. First off, before we get into the show, TSN announced a partnership with AEW 2 days ago, Tuesday, announcing that it would become the Canadian home of AEW Dynamite. So, yeah. Immediately announcing that, so now they've got the Canadian audience. There we go. Santrix, that was good. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, okay, now you're just trying to get on my good side, Zan. I appreciate that. Well, it shows you how much I've been playing it. AEW Dynamite! No, I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do Jimmy J.J. Walker that well. AEW Dynamite. Here we go. Started off, yeah, we've got some pyro for them too, don't we? This is a really neat-looking set. That is a really neat-looking set, how they've got that little cylindrical thing going on in the center. That got over 11,000 people there in Washington, D.C., it looks like. Simple pyro, nothing too extravagant, nothing too expensive. Looks like you have a pretty good crowd, pretty good set, and I love the lighting. I got to tell you right now, I love the lighting of this show. So many different colors, so vibrant. That is how you set yourself apart from the WWE. At first, you would complain that it's very dimly lit, but you can tell that they are not investing in bright white lights to show the crowd. It's more about how they can separate themselves from the WWE non-verbally, and even without the action, just by production-wise. And I got to tell you, immediately, they are setting themselves apart. Just from the color scheme alone. Fabulous idea. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Now, our announce team for the show. Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone reminding us that this is the first time professional wrestling has been on the TNT network since 2001. Okay. Jim Ross, wearing the old hat and everything. I don't know what an Excalibur is, okay? But when I heard it was these three, immediately in my mind I'm going like, okay, can I get through this entire show without hearing those three letters? Because like last year, Labor Day weekend, when I went to All In, I was roped into this. They had me sold. I was ready to buy into this. I was ready to become a part of it. I was ready to roll with it until Cody said those three letters, WWE. And I was gone. I left. I was like, nope. You had me. You had me, but then you had to compare yourself. You couldn't help yourself. And so going into this, I thought to myself, I could do a drinking game where every time they said those three letters, I took a shot. But I thought not to because I wanted to be of sound mind doing this show. But I also came into this with, I don't want to hear any angst. I don't want to hear any animosity. You guys are trying to... This is your debut show of a brand new organization on a brand new network involving only maybe 2 or 3 people in this federation that some pro wrestling fans, casual pro wrestling fans, would know. Casual fans. That's who you're trying to bring in. You've already got the jokers sitting in those seats. You've got them. You've already got everyone who's been following you on Twitter. You've already got everyone on any other form of social media. You've got them. but you're trying to rope in those that are sitting with those people watching this show who are casual watchers, casual viewers. How are we going to rope these people in? You cannot have it by comparing to the other show, and you cannot be incredibly over the top. Subtle differences. You got to use subtle differences. And that's why I bring up the color scheming with the lighting and the pyros and everything. This is so beautifully subtle. So beautifully subtle. Immediately I can see the differences between the two shows, and I'm curious. The announcing team through this show of Shivani, Ross, and Excalibur were literally a breath of fresh air to me. I was going into this thinking that I was going to be getting obnoxious calling out of moves. I was going into this with, heated arguments all the time over on the commentary table of a face announcer and a heel announcer. I thought I was going to be getting that typical stuff. Ross, Shivani, and Excalibur, it was like I was watching pro wrestling with three other guys, and they were just having conversations. It was conversational commentary and I knew what the roles were of the three. It seemed like you had Jim Ross, who was doing the play-by-play, and who also, it seemed to be like if we were watching a football game, he's the one who had the stats on everybody, and so he'd tell us their height and weight and stuff. Then you had Shivani, who seemed to be the historian and the nostalgia guy, okay, harkening us back to other things that used to happen on this network and in a format like this. But then you had Excalibur, who was the analyst, who was the one who described why these people are a thing, okay? Because Ross and Shivani aren't going to do that. Ross may know a little bit about it. Shivani don't know shit about anyone that's on this show. He is there to bridge the gap between us old guys trying to get back into the wrestling on a separate network and this show. Shivani is the bridge of this show. It was, the announcing team was a breath of fresh air. It seriously was. Having conversational commentary was incredibly refreshing. It really was. I only maybe fast forwarded through a couple of portions of this show. But yeah, it was good. It was all around right now. So how would I compare, Jamel asking, how would I compare Dynamite episode 1 to episodes 1 from 95? It is unfair to compare this to Nitro, period. Okay? It is really incredibly unfair to compare any show right now to what happened back then with the Monday Night Wars, because not just because of different organizations and different talents and everything, but we're talking different environments, we're talking different generations, we're talking different forms of communication, different forms of technology. You cannot compare these. You cannot compare AEW to WCW. The only way that you can is the network that you're on. That's the only way. There's nothing else, okay? Just the instance that you are pro wrestling like WCW, that's when you can compare yourself, okay? But no, there's no comparison between the two, and it's unfair to try to, and you'll have a stroke if you attempt it. Starting off the show, Cody, with Brandy Rhodes in tow, versus Sammy Guevara. Now, I have no idea what a Sammy Guevara is, but he seems to be a strapping young lad. Disaster kick. Nope. Springboard cutter. We would have a lot of cutters in this match, one from him and then one from Guevara. At one point in this match, Guevara would bring Brandy into... Oh, Brandy taking the spill. In a very nice dress. I'm surprised it held up so well. So, yeah, that happened. But Brandy would get hers in, slap the shit out of him, and you get the disaster kick, and that's how Cody would win the match. After the frickin' match, Sammy would shake his hand. But of course, we have more. Wee! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Okay, I got to prepare myself for another wee. A shooting star from Guevara ate some knees from Cody, so I got to take another sip. Yeah, granted, I hear you, Gills. During this spot where Brandy would take that bump, she's constantly berating Sammy, but Sammy never really did anything to Brandy to constitute Brandy to admonish him in any way. So, and if she was the only reason Brandy would do that is if she were a heel character. But I don't know what the hell she is right now, other than a very sexually attractive woman in a flowing white dress that actually happened to stay in place. That's all I really know of her. But at one point in the match, we would get a shooting star press attempt of wee from Sammy Guevara. I love how this takes a little more time to develop. Wee! Oh, man. Wee! Okay, that's enough of that. All right, that's enough of that. Another thing I do want to say about this show, production-wise, we talked about the color scheming of the lighting. Kind of look at how the lighting is on this crowd right now, how they love the black lights behind them, and they like the white lights on the front just for the first 3 or 4 rows. But they used the effect, it looked like they used the drone cam a lot in this, and I am surprised that sucker did not get pelted by cans or popcorn, but man, they did a fantastic job. They did a great job in the production of this one. The drone cam, or that's a crane. No, that's a crane cam. I'm sorry. They utilized the crane a lot in this show. Anyway, here's the other thing. Other thing too is after the match, Shivani would get in the ring to interview Cody, but Sammy goes and handshakes him, and then suddenly after that, Jericho attacks Cody from behind and starts beating the shit out of him through a commercial break. This is a recurring theme with Tony Schiavone after matches that he will try to interview, but an interview never really happens. He is meant to be there just so the performers have a reason to be there so that someone can come up to them and attack them from behind. This would happen. This would be a theme throughout the show. Oh, look, Jericho's happy. He is old. Jericho is old. Can we just get that out of the way? Look at that face. Wow. Jericho is old. Man. That long hair really makes him look old. Wow. Brandon Cutler versus MJF. All right, I got to say some words about MJF. Saw him at All In last Labor Day weekend. He was fantastic. I love this guy. If you want the quintessential heel, guy who is fantastic on the mic to get everyone to hate him, this is your man. This is the guy. I love a guy that can berate a crowd, that is just articulate and well enunciated. That's my man. That's why I love Damian Sandow. To me, he's the second coming of Sandow. Is what it seems to me. But MJF would win by submission. The Salt of the Earth armbar. Okay. Another production note from AEW is they have this corner post cam. You see this shit? Not on a corner post cam, not from the top of the corner post, but wedged in between the bottom and middle turnbuckle. Look at this. Yeah. That is innovative. Okay? Because this is the only spot, or maybe another spot where, guys doing a superplex from that top rope, or maybe hurling yourself like Montez Ford did in NXT, going over the top turnbuckle and doing that spot. Maxwell Jacob Friedman is his name. This is interesting. I'm really curious to see what AEW and their production is going to be doing with this camera angle. It is really, really interesting. But yeah, And by the way, Brandon Jacobs wearing a very fabulous pair of Zubas for this match. Chris Van Vliet is at ringside with Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. The Jay and Silent Bob is who they are. Then Angelico and Jack Evans come out. They talk trash to them. Then some tag team named Private Party comes over to keep them away. I don't know what. I don't get. Okay. I don't understand what happened there. SCU, SoCal Uncensored, is shown in Washington, D.C., where Scorpio Sky is doing a great impersonation of a politician. If it be Barack Obama, sure. But Kazarian and Christopher Daniels are dressed as Secret Service guys. And then following that segment, they come out for an interview with Shivani, but then the Lucha Brothers came out. They come out, and then they end up in fisticuffs. Referees and producers, including Dean Malenko, came out to break it up. So, yeah. Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are warming up, so they are giving us a six-man tag Teddy Long special where those three are going against Chris Jericho and the team of Ortiz and Santana. Hangman Page versus Pac. Or Pac. No. That's not what it is. It's Hangman Page versus Political Action Committee. Political Advocacy Committee. No, it's Political Action Committee. That's what it is. Yes, Hangman Page versus Political Action Committee. Sounds like what it is, yeah. Hangman Page versus Freedom Works. Hangman Page versus... No, Freedom Works is the first thing that I think of. Hangman Page versus... I don't know. Save the Whales. I don't know. Yeah. This is going to be a counterific, spotorific match because Hangman Page feels like doing a wee fucking suicide topes. Wee everywhere. Topes from here to wee to eternity. Topes for you. Wee topes for your children. Topes wee on sale. God, they are 2 for 1. Wee, because we got 2 shows going on at the same time. Jesus, wee. God, I can't do this anymore. God, I can't do this anymore. So many wheeze. And the other thing too about Political Action Committee is he's called the Bastard. Is that right? I mean, his Twitter handle now is @BastardPack. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is he a bastard? He looks like Drew McIntyre stunted growth. You know, he looks like Drew McIntyre after he went through a vice. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting from him. Lots of shit, lots of counterific shit happening in this. Not again. Wee! God damn it. Not again. Oh, no, I can't. I cannot do this anymore. Wee! Hangman Page with the moonsault. Moonsault from the top to the wee from the floor. So many wee. I can't do. No, can't do it anymore. Jamel, fun size Drew McIntyre. Yes, fun size Drew McIntyre. So we have Taffy Pull, Alistair, and fun size Drew McIntyre. Yes, that's what it is. But apparently the Bastard Pack is unstoppable. Because he did that thing to his back, and then he won by submission, I believe. Probably. I don't know. Sure. Oh, God. It wears you out. I can't do that wee all the time. Just like the Hey Kayla. I can't do Hey. That destroys my vocal cords. I can't do that. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is making her way to the commentary table to watch the first ever Women's World Championship match. Here's something I do need to say about Britt Baker. I love the concept. I love the look, the Titantron, everything about the character, okay? The Titantron of seeing a skull and a heel coming up underneath it like an X-ray. Coming up underneath and teeth flying, and the background of her is that she's also a dentist, a real live dentist, okay? is a fantastic character. It's great. I think it's great, okay? But she can be botcherific at times, okay? She can be really botcherific. So, in time, it's something that'll build, all right? But I really like the concept of her character. It's really good. Really, really good idea. Nyla Rose versus Riho for the AEW Women's title. So, I want to get to this shot here. Riho is going to give this Nyla Rose a double stomp. I want you to look at the size of these two creatures, okay? I want to say that Riho has got to weigh seriously little over a buck. She is not tall. She's got pipe cleaners for arms. She needs a sandwich big time. If you find her cute, then I am disturbed by you. Yeah. Okay. On top of that, Nyla Rose, I don't know, is supposed to be like Nia Jax in that she's got to be well over 250. A very large Samoan woman, it seems. But this is what we've got. A very good, well-established match where we have David versus Goliath. But the problem that I'm having with this is throughout this match, Riho would be knee striking and kicking Nyla Rose, and Rose would be reacting to it. Rose would actually be selling the kicks and getting a head scissors from this Riho creature. I'm sorry, okay, but I cannot see anything Riho doing to anything causing any kind of damage whatsoever. I'm sorry, okay? I get that what we're doing here is a David versus Goliath. I get what we're doing here is underdog triumphing over the jaws of defeat. I totally get it, okay? When all seems impossible, it's the heart and will of a champion that always pull through. I totally get it. But seriously, a creature that weighs over a buck soaking wet is not going to hurt another creature that looks like that. It isn't. I'm not buying anything that this match was giving, okay? Now, yes, again, we had plenty of, once again, this is what I want to show you. A Northern Lights from the top rope. I know I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief. Logic is thrown out the window when it comes to professional wrestling. I totally get it, okay? But for the life of me, really? This small creature doing a Northern Lights off of another creature 3 times her size from the top rope. No. This is I don't know. This is not, no. I'm sorry. I was not buying anything that this match was giving me. I'm sorry. Okay? Maybe, and I'm not being biased. I'm not saying that some other women's wrestling is better than this. No, this is pure physics. Okay? Pure fucking physics. Okay? That's not possible. All right? Shut up. Riho would end up winning this match because, the heart of the champion. I'm surprised she could even lift the belt. This, it doesn't make any sense to me. All right, this doesn't. I mean, I'm talking from a physics standpoint, not a wrestling standpoint, okay? All of this makes no sense to me. Nyla was selling everything, and it made no sense. After the match, Michael Nakasawa, who I believe is Jimmy Wang Yang, came out to interview Riho, but then Nyla would attack both of them from behind, and she ends up power bombing Michael Nakasawa. All right. Throughout an entire match, you didn't power bomb this small, dainty creature, but then after the match, you can easily power bomb a male, probably weighs just as much as you. Man. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Kenny Omega would run out to try to make the save on Nakasawa so that Nyla Rose would stop beating him up. I take it that this is our first foray into the intergender wrestling that I keep hearing about that people want to see. No, Mike, okay, not this Nakasawa guy is not Jimmy Wang Yang. Okay, all right, they are. Okay, good. Boy. I think it was around about this time that I was about to totally check out of this. I was not buying this. 6-man tag, Teddy Long special, the elite of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Santana Ortiz and the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho. At one point in this match, Kenny Omega would be in the ring. He drops to a knee. He's posing to the crowd. And our boy, after getting the MRSA out of his elbow, Johnny Moxley comes up from behind and starts beating the crap out of him. Starts beating him up through the crowd, takes him into what seems to be a VIP lounge area, which is very open, mind you, in a very open area with cinder block walls and plants all around and very cheap furniture. Why we got magazines out when there's a perfectly good wrestling show happening in this part of the room, I don't know. But here we go. Glass table. Johnny Moxley's going to use it. Apparently that move is called, what is that move called? The Death Rider. Okay. And so Kenny Omega has been effectively taken out of this match, and apparently this is a no DQ match. I don't know. Maybe the ref was distracted. I think Earl Hebner was in charge of this one, who is apparently a referee in AEW. We are now 3-on-2 with Ortiz, Santana, and Jericho versus the Young Bucks. Lots of weird, wacky shit happening here. Santana and Ortiz are doing some weird, wacky shit, flipping around everywhere. All of that just for a crossbody and a senton and a step-off moonsault. Okay, yeah. This is like the Latino Young Bucks, I guess. Sure. Okay. Your winners via pinfall when Jericho would beat the shit out of everyone else was the bad guys. Nope. That's good. Jericho with the code breaker from the top rope. Nope, you're not having any of that. I think he was setting him up for a Meltzer driver. Something like that. All right, so they're beating the crap out of each other. All right, Jericho and his team win. After the match, Cody is running down to make the save for the Young Bucks because we have a big old 3-on-3 type thing. Sammy Guevara then runs down to the ring, low blows Cody. Then out comes Dustin Rhodes, and he starts clearing out the ring. But then finally, all of a sudden, Jake Swagger comes out of nowhere. Beats the crap out of everyone in the ring on the good guy side. Back elbow, he calls that the Judas effect, is what Chris Jericho calls that. He was beating the hell out of people. Doing the, swagger bomb from the second rope. Massive clotheslines. Gut wrench power bomb from Dustin onto a table. The big thing with this and I just want to keep this shot here, even though, it's just mainly Jericho. Jake Hager stands about 6'5". He's about 6'5", 6'6", about 260, okay? Everyone else is, 3 inches shorter than him, at least 3 inches shorter than him. He looks like a monster compared to everyone else in that ring. And that is what's striking me about AEW. There is no one in their federation that weighs over 270 pounds. At least I don't think. Unless I don't want to say Awesome Kong, because that's very disparaging, okay? There is no heavyweight, like super heavyweight, in AEW, okay? AEW is seriously the land of little critters. That's right, Jamel. And WWE is the land of the giants. When a guy like Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, can come in and just clean house and people are with their jaws agape at this happening, when 4 years ago he was dawdling in the mid-card and was an absolute nothing. Now, yes, he's been in the MMA and he's been doing very fantastic in it, but really, Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, is a monster in this federation? Wow. We are setting no offense to Hager or Swagger, but we are setting the bar really low here. I thought Hangman Page is just as big as Jack Swagger, Jake Hager, now that I think about it. They're monsters. And the thing is, Hangman Page is doing stupid moonsaults off the top rope and suicide tope, stuff like that. You need a guy to just beat the shit out of people. That's what Hager's going to do. I was really hoping he would do the whole we the people type thing, but no, nothing doing. Nothing doing. Good on him. All right. What'd you think of AEW? There were some botches in some matches, but I'm going to tell you right now, I got to give it a thumbs up for its very first episode. Production quality was superb. Cameras were spot on. The lighting was fantastic. Everything production-wise about this show for a very first episode was fantastic, okay? That's what I was concerned about the most, is I did not want this looking like TNA. I'm very, very optimistic about this. So, 93% gave NXT a thumbs up. AEW, 82% gave AEW a thumbs up. And that was out of 170 votes. Wow. All right. 93% out of 140 for NXT. 82% out of 170 for AEW. What say you in the chat room? Everyone in the chat room, go ahead and say it right now. Let it be known. Wednesday Night Wars, battle number 1. Round 1, fight. Battle number 1. Who got it? AEW or NXT? NXT with a 2-hour live show, limited commercial breaks, or AEW's debut with the return of Jake Hager. Everyone, let me know right now who won it, AEW or NXT? AEW or NXT? Ryan DG says AEW. Initiator saying he hasn't watched NXT for months. He ain't even comparing them. Okay, that's fine. Don't compare them. That's cool. All the fans. I get it. Okay. Well, while you guys are making up your minds, Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang praised AEW. Went on the Twitter yesterday in the afternoon. Congrats to Jericho, Cody Rhodes, and all of AEW for launching a new era. I'm with AEW on TNT. Creative freedom and the talent owning a piece of the action are very good things. Congrats. But then after the show at 10:44, he would then, congrats, Jericho. I'm rooting for AEW Wrestling to help make the industry more talent-friendly. Thanks, man. Best of luck, future Mr. President. Now, why would Andrew Yang give props to AEW. He might be a wrestling fan. He could be a professional wrestling fan. And plenty of people who are in prominent positions or whatever usually like to hide that they watch professional wrestling. But when you're a presidential candidate, that's something you really want to keep low-key behind a curtain. You don't want to admit that you're a fan of professional wrestling. But why would he do such a thing? Either he's a really big fan of professional wrestling or he's a really big fan of Tony Khan giving him some money for his campaign. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying. Can it be both? Absolutely not. No. No, it cannot. No, it cannot. Ladies and gentlemen, you have got to be a little realistic here. Okay? In the eyes of, again, the majority of America, professional wrestling will always be professional wrestling. As much as us as professional wrestling fans would love for everyone in the mainstream to treat us seriously, it never will be, never has been, and never could be. No. Professional wrestling as an entertainment form is not so serious enough that someone who is a candidate for president of the United States of America can actually come out and be comfortable saying that he's a fan of professional wrestling. No. Oh, but Donald Trump was in wrestling. He was in WrestleMania. He owned Raw at one point. Did he ever mention it ever in his campaign? Did he ever tweet about it? No. I'm just putting it out there. That's all. Official attendance for the premiere episode of AEW was 14,129 fans. We know this because Cody Rhodes can count. And finally, since everyone in the chat room is saying, oh, everybody wins, no AEW or NXT winning the Wednesday Night War, everybody wins, because I want everyone to be my friend, I'll never take a side. WWE issued a statement about AEW. Congratulations to AEW on a successful premiere. The real winners of last night's head-to-head telecasts of NXT on USA Network and AEW on TNT are the fans, who can expect Wednesday nights to be a competitive and wild ride, as this is a marathon, not a one-night sprint. But of course, Ryan Glasspiegel of the Sports Rapport said, according to overnight ratings from Nielsen, AEW did a 0.7 and NXT did a 0.5. So, sure, WWE wants you to think that everyone's winning, but me and Ryan, we're here to bring you down back to speed, okay? Oh, everyone's a winner. Yeah, tell people, let's go watch World War II. Yeah, any kind of war, okay? But seriously, let's go and face facts. It's not really a war. It isn't. It absolutely isn't. These are two completely different shows, two completely different organizations, two completely different takes on an industry that we all love. So, yes, we are all winning. Absolutely. Okay? There's no question about that. Okay? But this is a talk show, and I've got to have a narrative, and I've got to have something to push, and everyone else is going to be pushing it, so got to have fun with it. That's how it is. Sorry. Anyway, that was the Wednesday Night War. Man, takes a lot out of me. Dear God, so many suicide topes. How many times? Dear God. But you know what? No Tower of Doom spot. So, all right. On to the news, on to the milk carton, and on to very lax predictions. All right, going to try to fly through the news. Going to try to. Superstar Billy Graham last Thursday suffered a heart attack and he was hospitalized with heart failure. He issued a statement on his Facebook account that he's currently at the Mayo Clinic after suffering this heart attack. Battling heart failure, for which he is taking medicine to treat, stated that he will be on the medication for the rest of his life. I could do an entire half of the show on my thoughts on Billy Graham. Trying to separate professional from personal is really, really tough with this guy. But I really hope I hope everything's okay. I hope he turns out okay. But prepare yourself for a segment involving this guy. Yeah, prepare yourself. Rick Bogner, better known as the fake Razor Ramon, passed away at the age of 49 last week. He was passed away on September the 20th. No cause of death was revealed. His brother Ken took to his Facebook to announce his death. Ken stated that the passing was sudden, unexpected, and is tough to comprehend and will likely never sink in fully. He played the fake Razor Ramon character alongside Glenn Jacobs, who was the fake Kane back in 1996. Yeah, kind of weird. Kind of an odd one. WWE is asking fans to assist in a dispute between Fox, Dish Network, and Sling TV. Okay, I got to talk about this one too. All right. WWE took to Twitter last Thursday to ask fans who subscribe to the Dish Network and Sling to help get Fox channels back on Dish and Sling's channel lineup. Dish Network is the parent company for Sling, which is a streaming service similar to Hulu. It should be noted that WWE encouraged customers to visit keepfox.com to find another provider to watch the premiere of SmackDown this Friday. USA Today and several media outlets are reporting that millions of Dish Network and Sling subscribers' local Fox channels went dark last Thursday in 16 markets across 23 states, along with select cable networks. I'm in one of those markets. I am one of those subscribers. Yeah, I've got Dish Network, no Fox, no nothing. The only Fox channel that we still have is Fox News. Yay. So, yeah, this has been ongoing. We are reaching a week that this has been going on. It's stupid. You know, it's really stupid between these two. But, yeah. So right now, Dish Network customers and Sling TV customers are not going to be able to watch the premiere of SmackDown tomorrow. Yeah. Colt Cabana and CM Punk have apparently ended their lawsuit. It was dismissed with prejudice. According to a new report from the PW Insider, the lawsuit between Cabana and CM Punk is officially over, as it has been dismissed with prejudice. Indicates court documents were filed on September 26th in the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois by Cabana and Brooks. Also, according to the report, there was no financial settlement involved and that the settlement was based on mutual releases of Cabana's and Punk's claims against each other. They ran out of money. They were broke. That's why. They couldn't pay their legal teams. That's why. Oh, you guys want to have some fun with dirt sheets and rumors? Get ready for this one. So, last Thursday, PW Insider and F4W Online, along with several other media outlets, reported that John Hennigan, John Morrison, is returning to the WWE for the first time in 8 years. As of this report, there were no contract details or official start date. So, all of these sources, all of these websites running last Thursday, John Morrison is back in the WWE. We are on this. Us at Wrestleview, we only report what we see the most that we see happening around. And they're all saying he's coming back. Yeah, he's coming back. John Hennigan on his Twitter feed the following day, replying to PW Insider's tweet that he had been signed with the WWE, also says, thanks for the heads up, PW Insider. Please let me know when I'm signed with AEW or Ring of Honor. I love this business. I love this media outlet. It is comical at times. You know, it's really funny and incredibly awkward. You know, when I am a casual wrestling fan. I always have been, okay? I am not one to take this seriously. Everyone in the chat, you know that. Everyone listening to me, everyone watching this right now, you know me. I don't take this incredibly seriously. The only stuff that I take seriously when it comes to pro wrestling is the production and the marketing aspects of it. Not the performer aspect of it, not of the who signed where, who's got beef with who, the boys in the back. I don't care about that. My legitimate news, I want to know injuries, and I want to know marketing and advertising and publicity. Because then that's when you know what the hell's going on. At what point do you really need to get more eyeballs on your website than to conjure a story like this, PW Insider and F4W Online? I mean, why? Why are we doing this? Okay? And what's more, this is a different time in pro wrestling when it comes to the companies that let us know what's happening and who they've signed and yada, 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 yada. The WWE in this past calendar year has been incredibly open with their signings and firings. They let us know that Dean Ambrose was leaving after WrestleMania. They've let us know about the signing of people like Kushida, of Walter. I mean, guys, the veil has been dropped. The curtain is completely clear. It's a shower curtain now. We can see all the junk. Okay? Don't need to make up shit anymore, guys. Sorry. They're going to tell us. You've got enough egg on you with the site that you try to run. Don't make it scrambled. It's better just being over easy. Ugh. God dang. Fox Sports has announced that a WWE Backstage program will be premiering on Fox Sports 1 Tuesday, November the 5th. It will be hosted by Renee Young, with Booker T being listed as a studio analyst. The show is going to be covering all the big angles going on in the company at the time. So, WWE Backstage is essentially your syndicated television show that's covering Raw and SmackDown and what all is happening that's really important. Not necessarily showing matches. It's going to be a news program. Who'd have thunk it? Reported last Friday, I believe. Well, sometime last week. CM Punk is doing a screen test for WWE Backstage. According to multiple sources, CM Punk was brought in this week to do a test screening for the WWE Backstage show. So, Renee Young was at the screen test with CM Punk in LA, says PW Insider. It was reported previously that Punk's agent was pushing for him to get a tryout on the show, but the WWE was not interested. It is not clear if it was WWE or Fox that reached out to Punk for the tryout. Punk has had numerous issues with the WWE, but we don't need to go over that right now. So, is this true? Is this just another John Morrison story? What are we to make of this? I mean, is Mike Johnson at it again? No, all we need to do is we just need to have confirmation is all we need to do, just like we did with the John Morrison story. So CM Punk appeared on Collider Live, which is a podcast of some kind, about his tryout for Fox Sports 1's WWE Backstage show. He says, quote, "Yeah, I did it. This goes back to me being in a position in my life where I'm like, what do you got? I'm very much in a position where I'm like, well, talk to me. I'm open to anything. If they come at me and they're like, hey, we want you to wrestle, I'm going to be like, nah, I'm not interested. I've grown so much as a person, and I look back at all that stuff, and I don't need the confrontation and the drama. I'm a businessman, but I put my morals and integrity above business deals. My agent called me and said Fox is throwing everything at this because they spent a lot of money on this, and they're all in, and they have to make it work. Originally, I thought it was a WWE thing, and I was like, nah, I don't think so. But this is Fox. I'm not dealing with anybody in the WWE. They explained to me that what it was. I love Renee Young. She's a great person. It's along the lines of what I do with Cage Fury FC. I prefaced it by saying, I'm not going to come in to dump all over on stuff just to dump on it. That's old Phil. But if it's bad, I'm not going to pretend that it's anything but bad. They want to present it like it's a real sport and just have a show that recaps stuff. If Phil Brooks is going to be brought in to do a Fox-produced show on WWE content where Renee Young is the bridge between Fox and the WWE, this can make for incredible entertainment. This makes for incredible entertainment. Are we finally talking about a show about the WWE product that doesn't have the WWE's fingers, but has a third party's fingers on it that is like a sports punditry show, like a Pardon the Interruption, like every other fucking show that's out there with old farts and has-been athletes talking about sports and just speculating shit when they can actually be talking about something that is scripted, that we know what's happening, that we see with our own eyes, we know what's happening? Sign me the fuck up. I want this. This is fantastic. This is what the WWE tried doing a while back on their network with JBL and Corey Graves. That sunk hard. Okay? This, though, I want this. I need this. This will make for fantastic content, fantastic discussion. Throw the CM Punk shit out the window. We are dealing with a guy's mind that he is open to criticize what he sees, but doesn't want to be under the WWE thumb. And with him not being under the WWE thumb, he'll be more comfortable saying what he wants, and you won't be so motherfucking pipe bomb. He has nothing to gain from this other than signing a contract, give me my money, I'm going to entertain. That's what he wants to do. Can you blame him? I am really, really psyched about this show, this WWE Backstage. I cannot wait for this one. Hopefully, I'll be able to show some clips on here and not get pulled over by the YouTube Gestapo. Former WWE composer Jim Johnston created some new entrance music for Ring of Honor star PCO. I can't remember what PCO's moniker stands for. It's for like something Creature One or something. The YouTube videos that I find on Twitter of him are fucking hilarious. This might be a guy I try to find some matches on. But PCO, he's going to be debuting at the company's Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view. He debuted last Friday, September the 27th, for Ring of Honor. So, yeah, I'm going to try to look up some stuff on this PCO guy. Rusev became an official U.S. citizen last Friday. Look at that happy boy. Even though his wife's about to cheat on him with a big black man. Yes, the scotch is hitting me, guys. The sources are hitting. But we're almost till the tail end of the show. Yeah, I can tell I'm kind of losing some of you. All right. AEW news. Since we're going to talk prominently about AEW now. AEW stars are set for the Southside Wrestling show after NXT UK talent was pulled. This is per a report by last Saturday. Southside Wrestling announced Friday that AEW stars Cody and Brandy Rhodes, Shawn Spears, and MJF are going to be appearing at their company's 9th anniversary show taking place at the Gordon Craig Center in Stevenage, England, Saturday, October the 26th. This occurred after the WWE pulled their talent from the event. F4W reported this, and the South Side confirmed it with the tweet. We are truly brokenhearted. It is not said on here what talent was pulled. However, F4W Online is reporting that the WWE pulled NXT talent from the Southside Goodbye show because Andy Quildan, owner of Revolution Pro, has a relationship with New Japan. It's in contracts. NXT UK talent has in their contracts who they can perform and not perform with. Revolution Pro is one of them. What are the reasons for it? Speculate all you want. It doesn't matter. That's one of the federations they cannot perform with. That's it. They could be with Progress. They've done plenty of stuff. Evolve. They do stuff with Evolve. But, guys, it's in their contracts. It's been in their contracts since NXT UK was formed. Go ahead and think what you want. AEW has announced a retail partnership with Hot Topic, and the t-shirts are hitting the stores yesterday. Holy crap, look at all that stuff you can wear on your belly and your back, and it's all black. Black shirts for everyone because their mothers never hugged them. Take your pick. Well, I know Jericho was wearing his little bit of the bubbly shirt. I know everyone was wearing one of these shirts on the show. It's kind of wearing thin now. Wearing thin. Injury listing reports. Jason Jordan, he's retired, but the WWE ain't going to tell us anything. Wanda Rousey with a broken hand, a severed finger, and wanted a baby in her belly. She is not due back until WrestleMania times. Nia Jax, cleanup surgery on both ACLs in her knees. She is due back for the Royal Rumble. Jeff Hardy, when he is not drunk and passed out in a stairwell in Myrtle Beach, he is trying to repair his knee after surgery and won't be back until Fastlane. Ruby Wyatt, bilateral reparative surgery on both shoulders, not due back until the Royal Rumble. Lars Sullivan, major knee surgery, potential torn ACL and MCL, not due back until WrestleMania 36. Jinder Mahal, ruptured patella, not due back until WrestleMania. And finally, Drew McIntyre had some kind of reparative surgery of some sort done. We have no idea, no confirmation, no nothing. So we don't know when he's going to be back. It's been about a good month since he's been back. Everyone's asking right now, okay, what are you going to do about NXT? I do NXT injuries on here sometime. What about AEW injuries? We haven't gotten there yet, guys. We haven't gotten there yet. It's only their first week. They haven't gotten qualified for this list or the other list. The list that involves people who are not hurt. The list that involves people who are perfectly healthy. The list that involves people who have been gone from WWE television and pay-per-view for, say, 3 weeks. This list that I'm talking about is a very special list that underwent a major overhaul. So many people showing up on other shows, so many people returning, so many people coming onto the Milk Carton. Oh my God, I just said it. Here it is. It is the segment that the WWE does pay attention to, and you better pay attention to it also. It's the Milk Carton. Oh my God, it's so heavy. It hurts so good. Here we go. Jamel back at the right time. Oh, you picked a good time to walk away and then come right back. All right, here we go. Apollo Crews, we have not seen him. First off, is it Apollo or is it Apollo Crews? Are they saying his last name again? I can't remember. Apollo Crews, we have not seen him since September the 10th, where he had his match. Well, he wasn't in a match. He was in a backstage segment with him and this guy, Matt Hardy, where they were just sitting there talking, and Chad Gable was standing there waiting for Shane McMahon to come up and tell him who his opponent was going to be for the King of the Ring tournament to go on into the finals. Where are they now? I don't know. Andrade. We have not seen him or Zelina Vega since that same episode of SmackDown where they were involved in some, I think it was Andrade had a match against The Miz, is what it was. And yeah, we haven't seen them since. The Miz has been doing his stupid little talk shows, and Andrade and Zelina haven't been doing anything since. September the 9th is the last time we've seen Gran Metalik, where he had his match against Rey Mysterio on an episode of Raw. We've had Kalisto and we've had Lince Dorado, but we have not had Gran Metalik. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. No, shut your face. I don't know why that thing said that. You're going to have to pardon me because I'm trying to get it away from my database. Welcome back to the Milk Carton, Samoa Joe. September the 9th. We haven't seen Samoa Joe since that episode of Raw where he took part in a triple threat match. It was for the King of the Ring tournament between him, Ricochet, and Karen Bourbon. Wow. Don't know what he's up to. Taking a break or something? I don't know. Could be appearing on Friday night. Probably not. I don't know. Shelton Benjamin. We haven't seen him since September the 3rd episode of SmackDown where he had a match against this guy, Aleister Black. Angry Hot Topic employee. You know, do you miss him? I don't miss him. Do you miss him? What exactly has he been doing? Not much. He has only had, 3 matches since the Superstar Shakeup? Seriously. He has not been doing anything at all. So he better be doing something on the debut of SmackDown, or I'm fearing for the worst. Buddy Murphy, haven't seen him since August the 27th match on SmackDown Live, him against Ali in the King of the Ring tournament. Had a great program going on between the Roman Reigns drama, but since then, not so much. The Usos. Haven't seen them since July 29th. That was back on a Monday episode of Monday Night Raw. They were in a triple threat tag team match for the Raw tag team titles between them, the Revival, and the Orange County. Orange County ended up winning, and we know what's going on with them, I think. The Usos, when they're not getting video game swag, they're also trying not to be convicted of drunk driving. Prepare yourselves, they might show up on SmackDown very, very soon. I predicted them to come back to SmackDown for the draft that's happening next week. I did skip over one person who's on this list, and that is Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce has not been on TV since August the 11th. That was when her and Billie Kay were defending the women's tag team titles at SummerSlam versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Peyton Royce was too busy enjoying herself with getting married and her honeymoon with Shawn Spears. So she should be coming back soon along with Billie Kay. Billie Kay is not on there because she's been chasing for the 24/7 title that is held by Carmella. Huh. Eric Young. Haven't seen him since July 29th when he was busy part of a Scooby-Doo chase for the 24/7 title. That's what's going on there. Alicia Fox. Rumors going around that Alicia Fox has actually taken a production role within the WWE. Seriously, a production role with the WWE. Well, we haven't seen her since July 22nd when she was in a segment for the Raw reunion episode where it was her and Santino Marella doing some wacky shit backstage. Naomi. Sad case with Naomi. Haven't seen her since that same Raw reunion episode. Had a death, death happened very close to her. Don't know if it was a family friend or a member of her family. She recently posted on Twitter that she is soon to be making her return. I hope she's feeling a lot better. I hope she's good now. I just really hope. Kind of miss her. She does bring more stuff to the show than you think. Alicia Fox. No, God. Jesus Christ, Doug, your sources. Liv Morgan. Haven't seen her since July 16th episode of SmackDown where she faced Charlotte, lost that match, and exclaimed that she needed to get real. Well, here we are approaching 3 months, honey. Have you found out how to get real yet? Sin Cara. Haven't seen him since June the 7th. When he took part in some big battle royale thingy at the Super Showdown pay-per-view out of Riyadh or Jeddah, South Dakota. He recently took part in house shows in Texas, over in El Paso and San Antonio. We know because his face was on the goddamn poster. So where is he? I don't know. I'm waiting for NXT. Sheamus. Haven't seen him since April the 9th. 6-man tag team match on the post-WrestleMania episode of SmackDown. He's been posting on the Twitter. He's been doing his Celtic Warrior workouts on the YouTube. He's right now enjoying life, diagnosed with spinal stenosis, the same predicament that Edge was diagnosed with. Prepare yourselves very soon. We are going to see him come back. He'll have a one-off, and he'll ride off into the sunset, is what's going to happen. God, it's a shame, too. It's a real shame, you know? The Ascension. Have not seen them since April the 7th. WrestleMania. When they were in the big Andre the Giant Battle Royale thingy. These guys are going to show up on NXT. They're going to show up. They have got to show up. Love to see them go after Undisputed Era. This would be good. Jamel. It's a fame for shame, lobster head. Too many limes. All right. Primo Colon. Haven't seen him since March the 26th episode of SmackDown, where he was part of a security team alongside Sanity, separating Shane McMahon from The Miz, leading up to their matches at WrestleMania. I have no idea what's going on with this cat. He's got to be at Puerto Rico, doing something with his cousin. I have no clue. He's still on the main roster. Still there. We don't know what's going on. Just like we don't know what's going on. Well, we kind of do, but he is the stalwart of the Milk Carton. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm right now counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. In 7 weeks, this man will have been on the Milk Carton for more than a calendar year, and he will be cemented in the Hall of Fame. Taken off the milk carton, taken off forever. Known. He'll have a carton all his own. He'll have a little thing all his own. 7 weeks. Keep it in your minds. I'm telling you, if he shows up with a week to go, it could happen. Survivor Series. Guys, it could happen. The stalwart of the milk carton forever and ever. Epico Cologne. Haven't seen him since Survivor Series November 18th of last year. Raw versus SmackDown Tag Team Elimination Match. He is currently champion of the World Wrestling Council out of Puerto Rico. That's where he has been. And he is still promoted over there as a WWE superstar. It's his father's promotion. But he is still under WWE contract. He's still on the main roster page. Still has the SmackDown logo next to him. I don't know. Will he go the full calendar? I really don't know. I really don't. Someone look up, date of Survivor Series. That way we will really know because if Survivor Series happens before or after, stop your crap right now. If Survivor Series happens after, let's see, November, Survivor Series is on the 24th, November the 24th. He could make it. He could very well make it. What are you doing? No, you stay there. The Joker could make it. Survivor Series happens after the 1 year. Yes. Let me go through all this. Let me go through all this crap just to get on that lovely man's face. It can happen. Seriously. Survivor Series happens before the 1 year anniversary. The man could be on Survivor Series and still be forever etched on the milk carton. I'm so happy. I don't know why. All right. We're getting to the tail end of the show. I'm sorry it's taken so long, guys, but seriously, I've got to put in a lot for you because I'm heading off to Malibu. Sorry. All right. There are only 3 matches on the Hell in a Cell card that are set to go. All 3 of them are locks. Here we go. All right. Here we go. No, I am not going to SmackDown in LA. No, I am not. It's my girlfriend's birthday. I've got more important things to do. She demands no pro wrestling throughout her time that we're in Malibu. So, there you go. All right. Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. 3 matches. 3 locks. If I get one of these predictions wrong, doing a shot of the Luna Azul Blanco tequila on the next show that's going to be happening 2 weeks from now. Let's do this shit. Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan facing off against Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. How are we going to progress this storyline? Are we going to be ending this soon? I don't see Luke Harper staying with the Federation much longer. Harper and Rowan are not necessarily going to stay a tag team. They're not going to become the Bludgeon Brothers again. And what's more, are we going to use this as a vehicle for Daniel Bryan to turn on Roman Reigns? That hasn't seemed the case since Eric Rowan has been beating the shit out of Daniel Bryan. So what are we supposed to get out of this match? No run-ins that I can think of. I don't know. This one's going to be a tough one. I just don't see a Bryan turn, but I do see Bryan ditching Roman. I just don't see Reigns and Bryan winning. No. I will take Harper. Elder Brayton. Andrew, damn it. Why are you bringing up DQs? No. There's not going to be a DQ in this. No. Daniel Bryan's going to ditch the team. Roman Reigns is going to he'll try his damnedest, but he's going to get pummeled Buy Harper and Rowan. I'll take Harper and Rowan. Gotta lock it. No. Is D-Bry face? We don't know what Daniel Bryan is right now. No, there's not going to be a double cross in this. No, it's just going to be Daniel Bryan he's just going to get frustrated. He just walks away. Jamel, you're painting the picture. You're painting the picture right there, Jamel. I told you, Daniel Bryan is going to be a pick for Monday Night Raw. This is how it'll happen. This is how it happens. Sasha Banks going after Becky Lynch's Raw Women's title in a Hell in a Cell match. All right, so what's going to happen after this? Are we going to have a title change and have a rematch between the two? What do we do with Sasha Banks if Becky Lynch wins in this? Because Hell in a Cell is this is the ultimate resolution. There's nothing much more that can come after a Hell in a Cell match. So whatever happens from here, you're not having another one. Okay? So are there enough baby faces to build for Sasha Banks to go after as a champion? Or are there enough heels for Becky Lynch to defend herself from? I think there are more heels for Becky Lynch to defend herself from and way more respect and honor matches for her to have between here and WrestleMania. That's what I'm seeing right here. I don't see Banks winning this title. Not when I see Becky Lynch doing other things for WrestleMania. No. Becky Lynch is going to retain this and lock it. Finally, Seth Rollins versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. This took a lot of thought, okay? At first, I'm sitting here going, I hate it that they put The Fiend Bray Wyatt in this match. It reminds me of his debut pay-per-view match right at the beginning in an Inferno match against Kane. It made no sense whatsoever. Over-the-top shit immediately. It made no sense whatsoever, and now we're getting it again in this repackaged work. But, this is what I'm thinking. I'm trying to make this short and sweet because I'm going to be splitting here soon. Seth Rollins retains with help. Braun Strowman comes in and rips off the door of the cage and starts beating the shit out of Bray Wyatt. Sounds feasible, doesn't it? Why not? Sounds plausible to me. Braun comes in, rips the door off the cage, beats the shit out of Bray Wyatt, tosses him off the cage, maybe? I don't know. That's the only way Rollins is going to win. Rollins has been looking scared this entire match. Keeps on saying survive and prevail. You know it ain't going to happen. Wyatt's been looking like a goddamn monster this entire time. It can't be done by just Rollins alone. If it was just clean, oh God, the Fiend character is dead. Okay? That's what I'm taking. I'll take Rollins with the win. Lock it. Braun is helping him out. So, to go over it, there are only 3 matches that are announced for this pay-per-view, and I'm locking them all. I'm taking Rowan and Harper over Reigns and Bryan. I am taking Becky Lynch to retain over Sasha Banks, and I'm taking Rollins to retain over the Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, or whatever the hell he is this week. That is going to do it for Wrestleview Weekly. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. More word coming around about what the schedule of the show is going to be with all of these changes going on with the television shows, okay? But I hope you all enjoy the rest of this week. You've got the premiere of SmackDown on Fox. You've got Hell in a Cell coming up on Sunday. Man, enjoy yourselves. Don't be a bunch of trolls, okay? Just enjoy yourselves. We're all winners. We're all fans. Yes, go ahead and be that, okay? But I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I'm going off to Malibu. Going to get some sun, have better weather, maybe get a little more color. We'll see what happens. But keep an eye on the Facebook group on the Wrestleview Media. Keep an eye on my Twitter handle, Doug Wrestleview. If I see anything that pops up with the card for Hell in a Cell, I will update you whether they be locks or not. So, this isn't bad stuff. This Glen Moray, it's not bad, but oh well. Again, thank you all so much for stopping by. As always, I know Jerry Springer says, be good, be kind to yourself and each other. No, that's not what I say. No, what I say is know when you're being sold to.